What's good, everybody on YouTube? My name is Giga Millhouse, and I'm doing a follow-up video of my 2020 review, I guess. I'll link it up in the description up top somewhere. I think on the right-hand side or left-hand side. I don't really know where it goes, but hopefully I guessed it right. Whatever. Anyway, my name is Giga Millhouse. If you're new here, I talk about habit change and coming up with like better ways of studying and how you can get good too, and try to get good with me. We're doing this journey together because, you know, as artists, we're trying to chase that goal of just improving. And I figured that there's so many better ways of learning things without really killing yourself over it, and that you don't really need a school, and especially if you're self-taught. I'm just doing this whole self-taught thing because I learned so much more on my own besides going to a freaking school and landing myself in a lot of fucking debt. So I'm gonna start off this video with these two piles here. I have pile A. This is where all my, I guess, my drawing routines and warm-ups, as in like straight lines, ellipses, boxes and stuff. You still see the same here in column B here, and these are more of sketches and studies and stuff. But over here, this is a mileage portion, and I think I'm just gonna like just move this guy out the way, and we're just gonna do a quick little flip through. I'm gonna be breaking this video down into like 3 different parts. First part will be everything I did on loose leaf paper, so my drawing warm-ups and routines and daily sketches. Part 2 will be my sketchbook tours, and 3 will be basically my digital art all the way through 2020 and being locked down, and just showing what I did and how much I have improved from that moment. So let's start. I'm sorry if this is going to be a long video. It might be because it's a lot of stuff and I have no idea how much I was drawing. And just to give you guys a perspective, it might feel like sometimes you're not doing a lot and you feel like you're not improving fast enough, and you feel like all the work that you're doing doesn't really add up to anything. I'm going to tell you, it all adds up to mileage no matter what you do, and you'd be surprised of how much you get to accomplish in 1 year. So this, I'm just gonna like just flip through it. It's super simple. I just got these routines. Sometimes I draw on the back, sometimes I don't. I practice all the wavy lines, straight lines, circles, ellipses. I think somewhere in this, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna be scrambling through this because I don't think you want to go through every part of me just flipping one page and showing. Okay, so I did some accuracy practices here, trying to really learn how to do straight lines, and I figured out the reason why we do this, why we do the straight line stuff, is for stuff like this. And I'll explain it more, I guess, when I start making better content. If you guys were a subscriber long before, and you probably noticed one of my most popular videos is like how to get good like Kim Jong-gi, whatever. I'll link that also on the top. It's like my best performing video ever on this channel, and I have not been able to make another video like that. So I'm still trying to figure my way out through YouTube and just trying to figure out what I want to do. So if you guys remember this, I came up with a worksheet exercise, and it was free. You can find it on my Gumroad. There's about like 3 levels to this, and for this, I know some of them it's not really accurate, like the grid is kind of slightly off. But to be honest with you guys, I've been trying to like figure out how I'm gonna fix this grid and stuff, and like I can't remember how I even put this grid together. Yeah, I was having a hard time fixing it for some reason. I don't know why. But the thing is, it's not all about the boxes. It's not about how super accurate they are. Accurate boxes are great. Yes, you need to draw accurate boxes from time to time so you can get a better understanding of perspective and stuff. But you're going to break away from this. You're going to throw all this out the window anyway. If anything, I really wanted anyone who is doing this exercise and downloading my Gumroad stuff, I just want you to be thinking more of a 3-dimensional space instead of 2-dimensional. And by doing those boxes really help expand my mind on like adding things in a box in a 3D space. So I was doing this like almost every day. and eventually I just ran out of like ink to print them out, and I stopped doing them altogether. I started doing freehand boxes. I started drawing them in 3D space, and just graduated from using this grid to just doing it free floating. I figured it was time because I went through so many worksheets of these, so I'm just gonna quickly go all through all this stuff. This is not very fun to look at. It's just, you get it. I just want to show the different types of warm-ups I did, which are like textures and stuff, straight lines, squiggly lines. I even wrote sentences down here as a warm-up, like just getting your hand and mind to sync up, you know, just write down a simple sentence. Like, you might not see it in here. This is all scribbles, right? This is a warm-up where I'll scribble on the page, just warming up my arm, just trying to get that motion going, and then I will write down a sentence, like a positive affirmation. I might do 1, 2, 3 to 10, or I might write ABCs, but I will write little like positive affirmations in the scribbles here, saying that I will succeed, I am better than I am yesterday, and stuff like that. I feel like all that stuff really does help with the self-esteem and confidence, because these are things that people don't tell you often, or you don't hear often enough, and I think you need to tell yourself these things to help get you in a nice, positive, and confident mindset. So I think that's super important to do. And you got to understand, you are amazing. You are great. You are better than you were yesterday because you're doing something today about it. And if you're watching this channel, that means that you are better than you were yesterday, because you're trying to like get some type of guidance, or you're trying to improve in some way. You're hoping that this video does help you learn something about yourself, you know. Got like a little dirty face. I don't know what I was doing there. I ran out of ink. I used blue ink. You know, some of these are not 100% complete. Yeah, I think this is like during the lockdown, or maybe I was like late for work and I just tried to like quickly do something. So they all weren't the best. Not every day was a great day for art, and it wasn't a great day to like do practice or fundamental studies and stuff like that. But yeah. At some point in time, you know how I do my circles and ellipses and stuff, I would try to draw faces so you guys can see it better. I try to draw faces, and like whatever within the ellipse, I'll draw in the face guidelines where my eyes would be, where the head would be, and stuff like that. And I'll try to make faces on top of that. I feel like that's a great way to kill 2 to 3 birds with 1 stone. Understanding your head positions and stuff like that, and just drawing faces with your ellipses. It's a great way. It's a great way to start. And I did everything in ink because I felt like if you draw in ink, it builds up confidence. And I've seen other YouTubers that talk about drawing in ink. This is a really messy page. But yeah. I started doing a lot of contour lines, guided lines, more faces here. At some point in time, I start seeing like some of my faces started improving. Like look at this guy right here. He's so cute. And yeah, so we're done with the boring part. We're here for the cool things, right? Let me just throw this off to the floor. And I feel like for that giant pile there, and even with this, I'm just gonna take it out to the backyard or something and burn them. I think I should keep it like this or something. So I just reiterated the basic shapes I need to do. I think I used this for a video. Like, yeah, I think I did this for a video. This is like early or late 2019 to like 2020 stuff right here. And I started drawing stuff for myself here. So yeah, this was like late 2019. If you follow my Instagram, this is stuff that I would normally draw as part of my draw something for myself. And I was dead set on 2020 on trying to master hands. If you saw my last video about how I freaking stopped buying these books on hands, it's all useless, man. Just draw as much hands as possible, and eventually you will get better at them. You don't need a book to tell you that. If you want references, you can find references on Pinterest. Clothes, more hands. I even did some thumbnails, and this was just me. Like, I'm not trying to perfect anything. I did everything in ink. I wasn't trying to perfect anything. I was trying to copy from artists and like trying to see what I like about the styles and what I want to add to my own stuff. If you can look closely, you can see some ONips stuff in here. I was drawing items, mechanical pieces, more hands. I really want to improve on my noses, mouths, and everything. And I was just looking at a certain style and just trying to see if I can get it. I try to master drawing cars. Some folds. Yeah, this is a lot. This is a lot. It's gonna be a long video. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I think I'm already like at the 10-minute timer already. So I'm gonna try to like speed this up as fast as possible. Just let's talk about how 2020 was a mess. So in the beginning of the year, I was like super pumped. I had a schedule. I knew what I was doing. I spent 10 to 15 minutes a day on my fundamentals and stuff like that, and I would spend the rest of the day just drawing and try to get a style of my own and just really trying to like improve that year. Like I wanted a style, I want to be able to draw hands perfectly, and that was my main goal. But eventually, I think right after the lockdown, everything just kind of got crazy. My mom was dying, so I was in the home with her as she passed away. God rest her soul. Been helping out my dad with the house and fixing up the house and clearing up a lot of the clutter, because old people like to hoard things, and it's very hard for I guess older people, older generation, ethnic families, if you guys know what I mean. They like to hoard shit, things they don't use, and I try to do my best to convey reason on helping them throw out a lot of stuff. Yeah. I try to draw more objects. I took notes. I was reading from books. I really like drawing. I was really trying to get the hang of like drawing vehicles, mostly bikes. I thought bikes were the shit. I still think they are. I want a motorcycle one day. Got like more hands here than a bike. And I was doing like certain specialty topics for like a month. I would go and I'll go and draw, like, say this motorcycle here. I'll draw motorcycles for like a month, you know, a month straight, just to see how good I got at drawing motorcycles and figure out what was wrong and what wasn't wrong. Like, it doesn't have to be 100% accurate. It just got to look cool enough to pass, and I think this looks cool enough to pass. Same with this one. More hands. I'm telling you guys, I was drawing hands every day. It didn't stop from here. I also got like a digital page full of hands. Just trying to really get hands and fingers down. You think by looking at this, I'm like really good at it, but I'm not. I'm not at all. Just did hands a lot. Got faces, some eyes. I was drawing machinery, some objects, even some more stuff here. Looking back at all this stuff, I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty neat. It's actually pretty neat sketches. They're not done, but there are some cool little drawings here. Some mouths, some eyes, some horns. I like to draw my girls with horns, as you can see right here. This is a cover idea that I wanted to do for my webtoon, but my computer crashed and I lost all the work, so I was like, I'm never going back to that. Some animation stuff here, drawing more cars. Some styles that I really wanted to learn how to draw. I think I'm reaching the month of like cars. Really want to be able to draw cars. Some more studies here. And I didn't fill up a lot of these pages. I didn't draw on both sides. That was okay, because like I think at the end of it, I've gotten a lot done. Like even these small little sketches here and there. I'm not sure if you're able to see this one very well. I'll probably zoom in and show you guys all this stuff here. I really love Studio Trigger, so I try to replicate Studio Trigger stuff. You know what else I learned too? You can just draw well enough to have it passable. If this looks like a train to you, I succeeded, because all I did was like use the basic shapes to build this train and bullshit the rest. It doesn't have to be 100% accurate. Same right here. It doesn't have to be 100% accurate. Just allude to some of the stuff, allude to some of the shapes in here, and it will work out for the best. I was really bad with proportions. I had no idea, and also I was bad with form. So a lot of my characters early on would just look flat. Some more Studio Trigger stuff that I was really into. I finally got my hands on the Studio Trigger art book, the frame book, and I was drawing from it because I really love this facial expressions and dynamic poses they had in there. I wanted to improve on my dynamic poses. Yeah, but so many hands. You guys can see so many hands, and this is kind of like a hard video for me to even think about doing, because there's literally so much I can show you. I literally have so much, and I really don't like the idea of like my videos being like 20 or 30 minutes long. Like, I value everyone's time, but hopefully if you guys can get any type of relief or some type of happiness from seeing this, where it doesn't matter how bad you are at drawing, if you're as consistent as possible, you do improve in time. Some of these sketches are back when I first started. Like, this is all in random ass order. There's no order to them, but you can see how they kind of jumped around from like, wow, that's really good, and wow, that's kind of derpy. And if you saw the wow, that's kind of derpy, that's probably when I first started drawing. And then the really wow ones, like say this one was like pretty cool to me. That was like probably like a weekend or 3 days in or 4 days in or something like that. And like, the more you start forcing yourself to do the hard things that you find difficult and that makes you uncomfortable, the more easier it becomes. That's where it really comes down to. Do the things that makes you uncomfortable. People say it all the time, but they don't show you like how bad it was when they first started. I literally cannot pinpoint when I first started drawing hands. I literally can't pinpoint when. But you can see like there are some bad ones, there's some really good ones, and it's just make the effort of trying. That's all it is. Take the effort, make the effort. I did so many goddamn hands. I'm telling you, don't buy any goddamn hand books. Find the poses or make the pose yourself. Save yourself the money. And this is stuff that, like, I went to college. I never was made to draw buildings. I never was made to draw hands. I was never taught on why I should be drawing straight lines, circles, and ellipses. They never really taught me how to constructively draw things. And with that, I just feel like I wasted years of my life. And if you're a self-taught artist and you're just trying to stay self-taught and debt scares you, and you don't want to, like, if you feel like you don't need a degree for arts in general, unless you're trying to be a teacher or something, like, and you just want to do this at home and get better on your own, let me tell you, you will get better at home. You can, like, all it does is takes time, effort, and that's all it takes. I started drawing bugs for a month, at least like one bug a day or something like that, and I really try to like really draw it out, like just draw whatever I see, you know. Some of my bugs looked kind of bad, but eventually they start getting better and better, you know. Like, I even started measuring them out and trying to like constructively draw them. God damn, so many pieces of paper here. Yeah. Okay. Give myself a paper cut. Got my fingers, spider, using a lot of hatch lining, practicing my hatching. I think this is early on in the box thing I was trying to like come up with. Like this is like, oh my god, I should have made a worksheet out of this, and that made the worksheet. Spiders, fingers, more hands, and you can see like the constant theme here. I was really dead set on drawing hands as much as possible. I was really trying to like understand how to draw hands. I drew Prince Couchard's hands. I drew all the Pinterest hands. I drew all the hands I could find on the internet while trying to learn how to draw buildings and stuff like that, and just really build up those that mileage that people be talking about, especially Fangzhu, just drawing cool shit. And that was basically the goal, just draw cool shit. Make it look cool. It can be incorrect, but as long as it's cool, people can like a lot of times overlook how incorrect something is by over how cool it looks already. Can't pinpoint any of these things. God damn, I drew so many hands. At some point, I remember I started getting faster with hands and stuff, and I was filling up like 2 pages or 1 page, a page and a half or something, like with more hands. I started counting them out at some point, but I don't know if I passed them or I skipped it. I'm just trying to quickly go through all this. You can pause them or whatever. I was drawing from anatomy books. I think this month was like reptiles. I was drawing snakes. I was drawing turtles. More hands. Every day was like hands. Man, I don't know how many hands I drew. I can't make count of that. I also started drawing complex shapes and combining them together. I was watching a lot of stuff on combining shapes. Shouts out to Trent Kernuga. He's really good. I recommend you watch his YouTube channel and go to his Gumroad. I think his Gumroad is actually worth the money. Yeah, just drawing these shapes, more hands. And there's literally like no point of drawing all these hands in different positions where like you can just learn the main basic hand forms, like this one right here, or this one, or this one, or this one right here. Just master those hands and you be Gucci. Doing eyes. More hands. Faces. I really like her lips are. I like these eyes here too. Not so bad. I remember when I first did this, I'll just look back and I'm like, yo, this is crap. This is crap. I suck. And I look at them now, I'm like, this is actually pretty charming. How come I don't draw like this? Got a little butt in there. More faces. If you could see it, there's like a little O nips or C nips on here. I really loved her artwork. I don't know where she is, but like I hope she's doing okay. This is for my webtoon, We Are Your Friends. Sketching out a lot of these characters. I got like these big plans for them. I never continued my webcomic, but eventually I'll get back to it at some point. I'll get back to it. But yeah, just don't stress yourself about it. If you don't think you're that good, like, who cares? Just draw what you want. Enjoy what you have. Even if you don't have all the fancy colors and stuff, like this is when I didn't have any of my markers. I just picked up whatever I had and I just used it. Yeah, I think that's like the final fun part, and I think these are just studies here. Yeah, I think at this point in time, I was learning from Mohamed Aldori's Term 6. I highly recommend it. Please get that. If you like, I really suggest that you pick up the Mohamed Aldori Term 6 Gumroad, because he goes over drawing your character's cylinder, giving them more form and giving them more volume so they don't look so flat and cardboardy and stiff. Because that was an issue that I had with a lot of my drawings here. You can tell she looked very stiff, she's very flat, but she looks cool. You know, can't deny, like, they look cool, you know. So I think if you could sell it in a cool factor, that's great. But then if you get the fundamentals to add to your cool factors, then it will be amazing. Thank you for actually putting up with this long video. As I know it's very long. Maybe I could have like cut time on the fundamental stuff, but I just had to show you. They're virtually the same width and size. Like if I pick it up, it's literally the same width. They're both thick in nature, and thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Do all that stuff that YouTubers say, LCS, I guess, and I'll see you guys in the next video. On part 2, I'm gonna be going over my sketchbooks, and I got a lot of sketchbooks for you guys, man. I got. You thought the fundamentals stopped right here? No, they keep going. They keep going, bro. They keep going. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. You guys have a goodie. Peace.